You are not your thoughts. The voice that speaks in your head is not you. You are the one who hears it speak. Don't identify with what your mind says any more than you identify with what someone on the street says. This is one of the most liberating truths to know. Chris Williamson. Welcome, you guys, to the Way Out podcast, episode 1. This is going to be my little introductory video. For anybody that's been watching my YouTube videos, I said that I would do this. And I said that I would do this right here in this little corner of my living room in my unaccompanied housing barracks room. I said that I would do it. I brought it to life, so I want to be proud of myself for just a second. Those moments of realization, when you truly realize that you did it, you did what you said you would do. Not only does it build confidence within yourself, not only does it build trust within yourself, it's inspiring as hell. It's so inspiring. I know it's inspiring because I'm lucky enough to have people in my life, friends, that do just that. Now, what really got me to bring this to life finally, and I'll have to shout out my friend Garrett. Garrett has been talking about building a van out into a home he's been talking to me about it for at least 2 years. It's been his dream for about 3. He went on 40 days of leave and pulled up on me yesterday, knocked on my door. I almost didn't recognize him. He had a full beard. He had grew it out. I was in my underwear. Didn't realize it was him. But it was a pleasant surprise. And I was able to go outside and see this van that he spent so much hard work working on. And I was so moved by it. Everything that he talked about, he brought to life. I think it's important for friends, the people that are close to you, that are in your circle, to have a good influence. And I know I sound like an unk right now, but I'm starting to understand that more as I get a little bit older. Not necessarily in the sense that they need to have a good influence or bad influence. They just need to influence. They need to have something about them. I heard this quote once that said, just because you're not a bad person, that doesn't make you a good person. Those are verbs. You do. So someone that doesn't do anything, what are they? A neutral person? I'm sitting here in my barracks room. I'm 21 years old. This furniture, in which I'm very grateful for, is providing for me. It's set up this desk. It's set up the little table that you guys are sitting on. And I have a podcast. One of the toughest things that I faced in pursuing any of this, creating t-shirt designs, making a YouTube channel and putting videos on there, vlog style, long format style. What I realized is you're going to be the first person that denies yourself of anything. If you have a podcast and you at least have one, you're a podcaster. If you have a business and something to sell, you're a businessman or woman, an entrepreneur. If you make short form content on your phone, you're a content creator. You post videos to YouTube, you're a YouTuber. And I think that just goes to show that somehow, some way, we're waiting on permission from somebody else, always. And I think it's attributed to how we grew up, the school system. You ask for permission to go to the bathroom. You ask for permission to go here, go there. Can I? And it seems that we never grow out of that into our adult lives. We think we have to have permission from somebody to sign our permission slip to go be great and go risk and to go really chase something worth having. And the most beautiful thing on my journey so far in pursuing all of this is the lack of the plan. The lack of the plan. I don't really have a plan, but I have faith. I don't have a chalkboard. I don't have a whiteboard with step 1, 2 through 100 written out. This is all very intuitive. It's all very what I consider little breadcrumbs from God that's led me this direction, that's led me to start this podcast right now. After I just put the lamp up and just bought this tripod and just figured it out. I was told to. I was influenced to. It felt right. And I oftentimes find that when I'm most depressed is when I'm doing things that don't feel right or true to me. And it might just be me, very unlikely, Going to work for a place that I don't feel fulfilled, it's very draining. Can you relate? I'm sure you can. It's how most of the population feels. There's an issue there. There's some sort of gap. We can be anything that we want to be. We can do anything that we want to do, but we don't. We settle for the life that was issued to us and never challenge any narratives. And we never dare to go on some crazy journey. Think about that. I don't care how old you are watching this. It's not too late. If it were too late, you'd be in the ground or maybe in a urn somewhere, but it's totally not too late. You can breathe. You can see me right now. If you can't see me, you can hear me. You're still alive. There's still more for you if you're willing to rise to the occasion. If you're willing to dare to be out of the norm, be considered crazy, cringy. These are all things that are good traits, but we're fed that they're not. In a world full of everyone trying to be like everyone else, you can be yourself. That's your choice. How liberating. How free. And it's actually to a point where being just like everyone else is so common that whenever you're yourself, you stand out. And it sounds kind of silly to say out loud, but that's the reality we live in. We live in a time where everyone has one of these. AI's on the rise. You can ask whatever your ChatGPT robot is named, anything ever in the history of ever. And they'll tell you. They'll scrub whatever info that they do and give you an answer. They'll create logos for you, help you visualize your podcast studio. We live in a world where you can be anything you want. This timeline that we live in now has the highest probability of being whatever the hell you want to be. Even 100 years ago, people didn't have that choice. If your family trade was carpentry, you most likely got into family trade. You didn't really have a choice. Whether that was just lack of information, maybe mentors, whatever. Right now, 2025, with all what goes on in the world, despite all of that, you have such an amazing opportunity to be whatever you want, whoever you want. My philosophy on life is to create the best version of ourselves and then give that version to the world. I don't know about you guys, but it's very selfish to think I can just continue to live the same life year after year after year until I die. Be mediocre, not a good husband or mother or wife or whatever applies to you. It's a very selfish way to live. You owe it to the people that you love to take risk. You owe it to the people that you love to be better. Not to be perfect, but to acknowledge when you're wrong and to just fire. You owe that to the people that you love, not to mention to yourself. There's so much more for you, and it's probably right in front of you. If you feel stagnant in your life right now, or any kind of pain, discomfort, pain is an invitation to grow. There's something that you need to learn. There's something that your creator, whoever you believe that to be, is trying to tell you in order for you to get to that next step. There's some sort of lesson that you're not taking advantage of. This pain, this discomfort, you feel alienated from the world, like you're just not yourself. In order to get back to yourself, you need to do that thing or learn that lesson. The reason I started this podcast, quite frankly, is I figured very rarely and not enough do I have conversations just like these with people. It's one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite things ever. Talk about life. Where you want to be, where you at now, how do we get there? Together, as friends, or if our paths don't align, then how do I attribute to that journey? Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. I felt called to make this. this podcast because I'm a pretty good yapper. I enjoy just brain dumping. It's almost a form of therapeutic to say what you mean and mean what you say. And it's a real test of character too, because I know whenever I watch this back, I'm going to look at it. There's going to be some fear. Oh, what are people going to think? And I'll hit post anyway. And then I'll clip it up anyway. Break free. Memento mori. You die. Remember that you die. Or whatever it says. I don't know. Whatever you believe in. Or if you don't believe in anything. This is truth. You're going to die. No, I'm not grim. No, I'm not obsessed with death. It's nature. It's the nature of life. You're going to be gone one day. We talked about 100 years past. Let's talk about 100 years in the future. 100 years in the future, who's even going to know you? You might be known of, maybe heard of through your family. Maybe YouTube will still be up. Spotify will still be up. And maybe you posted a few videos. Maybe. The truth is, we're all not going to be here anymore one day. And that's all very undecided and decided by something more intelligent than us. So, what do you want to accept in this life? Because I can tell you that the God that I believe in is loving and doesn't want us to perish in life. They don't want us to be scared. They don't want us to struggle for any longer than we have to. There's a lot of things that are out of our control, and there's a lot of things that are in our control. How do you create a reality that you never thought would be for you? Because it's very much possible for you. I know it's possible for all of us, because the beautiful thing about social media, although it's got many faults, is you can see proof everywhere. You can look at the guy that's about your age or girl that's got the Lambo, that's got this, that's got that. You could be jealous, or you could see it as proof. You can see it as like, holy crap. He might be a scammer. He might be money laundering. It don't matter. He got it. It's not all about the Lambo, but it's proof. Could be a homestead out west somewhere. Nice waterfall and chickens and garden, family. There's proof. So choose. Do you want to be insecure about it and let it consume you? Or is it going to be inspirational to you and let it fuel you? Is it going to be motivation for you? Are you going to learn how to be genuinely happy for strangers? Because that's when the universe will give you what you want. When you can learn to be secure within yourself and have enough faith to know that you'll get it. But it's their turn. It's their turn. Yours will come, though. Yours will come. We're right at 20 minutes on the first episode of the Way Out podcast. I like it. It flowed. I'm all alone. I have no script. I didn't write anything down for this. I love it. I will shortly be creating a Instagram page in which I'll be posting clips, any updates, and anything that's to come. If you want to be a guest and you're in the local area, or if you're not, you have something compelling to tell, you have some sort of experience that you want to share that you think could benefit people, DM me, reach out, comment on this video, we'll chat, we'll see if it's right, and we'll get it in motion, we'll bring it to life. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode down in the comments, and until next time, the way out is in. Peace.